What's up, WWE Universe? My name is Rain, and welcome to WWE What If. In this episode, we're going to talk about my reactions to Clash of Champions at 2020. But before everything else, this is going to be a quick PSA, public service announcement. You guys, hit that like button for me. It's not going to cost you anything. It's free, but it's going to help me out. Thank you so much in advance. Now, I do like how Clash of Champions ended. And at first, going into the main event, I was a little unsure as to why the ambulance match featuring Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton was not the main event. I thought that would actually be the showstopper, the show stealer. But I was wrong. I changed my mind after seeing Roman Reigns battle his cousin Jey Uso for the Universal Championship. Now, if there is one word for me to describe how Roman Reigns retained his Universal title, that will be torture. Because Jey Uso not only had to endure physical torture, man, I think it was also mental torture, to be honest with you. I love this match because not only we saw great wrestling, well, I guess great would be too much of a word, but at least it's good wrestling, I think, between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. I loved how they told a story during this match, especially towards the end when Jimmy Uso came out and had to throw that towel in to save his brother because Jey Uso wouldn't acknowledge Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. I thought that was a very dramatic moment, but a powerful scene because we're trying to establish Roman Reigns as this new character, as the tribal chief, as this guy who wouldn't care who he wrecks just so he could stay at the top. So for me, it was really a great decision to make that the main event at Clash of Champions. Now, switching gears to the ambulance match featuring Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Okay, I know a lot of us have thought that Randy Orton would actually win this one. And if you guys have seen my predictions video, I really thought that moment on Sunday at Clash of Champions would be the moment for the Viper to finally win the WWE Championship. But no, because Randy Orton's victims, The Big Show, HBK, Christian, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair came back to haunt him and obviously ended up helping Drew McIntyre so he could win and retain his WWE title. Now, do I like it that these guys showed up to help McIntyre? Not really, but I think the whole setup of these guys coming back to actually make Orton pay for his sins, I thought that was a good angle. But then again, I was hoping for a battle between Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, which I thought we all saw too. But then again, just the aspect of people, I guess, these wrestlers helping Drew McIntyre somehow win the match. I'm not so sure about that. But in the end, I still think it helped the storyline. Moving on to Bayley versus Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's title. Well, guess what? Nikki Cross did not show up because she wasn't medically clear to perform at Clash of Champions. Now, Bayley opened a challenge. Well, it was a really short open challenge to whoever wants to face her for the SmackDown Women's title. And lo and behold, here comes Asuka. And I'm telling you, I didn't think she would win it anyway, but I thought it was a good setup to have someone that we can cheer on to face Bayley. And then when Bayley intentionally got herself disqualified to retain her title, here comes the boss, Sasha Banks, and gave Bayley a dose of her own medicine. I like that because I've been waiting for this moment for Sasha versus Bayley again. So we will see what's going to happen between these two ex-besties in the next few weeks. Now speaking of Asuka versus Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's title. Well, I didn't really think that Zelina would win the Raw Women's title because I didn't think there was a great build-up for this match. However, I was a little unsure about how these women fought each other. I didn't think it flowed really well. I love them both, actually. I think both women are great wrestlers. However, I don't think they have the right chemistry. But maybe in the future we would see them battle against each other, possibly for another title opportunity. But I don't know. I liked the result of the match, but I didn't really like the whole match. And now the Intercontinental Championship between Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn. I predicted for Jeff Hardy to retain his title because it was a ladder match, and to me, out of all these three guys, Jeff Hardy was, I think he's like the king of ladder matches. So my money was on Jeff Hardy, but Sami Zayn was the smartest guy among these three, because the fact that he had brought some handcuffs with him, and I thought was really gross that he handcuffed Jeff Hardy onto a ladder with his earlobe. What he did to AJ Styles was smart. At first, it was weird because he had to handcuff AJ Styles to himself, to Sami Zayn. And you're like, why? Why would Sami Zayn do this? But then later on, it made sense because he ended up having control of both men, hence Sami Zayn having the liberty to climb up that ladder and retrieve not just one, but 2 IC title belts. So congratulations to Sami Zayn for, I don't want to say retaining his title, but I guess in his world, he retained his title. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, I wasn't really surprised that Shinsuke and Cesaro ended up retaining their gold. For the Raw Tag Team Championship match, I thought it was a little questionable because Angelo Dawkins was pinning Andrade, right? But Andrade actually kicked out of the 3 count. And the announcers were claiming that from the referee's vantage point, he didn't see that Andrade kicked out. But if you're gonna ask me, the referee was behind Andrade and Dawkins, where he could clearly see Andrade's shoulders. Hence, why would he say that it wasn't on his vantage point when Andrade kicked out? I don't know. I honestly think it was a mistake. But then again, I didn't think Andrade and Garza would win anyway. And the CEO of the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, retaining his United States Championship. I predicted that as well. I didn't really think that the CEO of THB would lose it, the United States title right away. So there you go. He is still your U.S. champion. Now, what do you guys think? Post your comments down below, and please hit like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Also, if you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram at WWE What If or on Twitter at WWE_What If. You guys, Thank you so much again. I will see you all next time. Until then, TTYL, jabronis.